This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
This is your first look at sports. I'm Jonathan Benson. The local organizing committee for the 2013 BTC Carifta Track and Field Championships holding its regular weekly meeting this morning. Our Charles Fisher was there and he tells us what was discussed.
23 days to the start of the BTC Carifta Track and Field Championships, and head of the LOC, Basil Christie, indicating that accommodations have been locked down.
We've contracted accommodations at the Paradise Island Harbor Resort and Nassau Palm. That's where the athletes and the coaches will be staying. We have arranged this with all of the local hotels for the many supporters that will be coming for Carifta. As a matter of fact, we have charters coming from all over the Caribbean. In addition, we have many coaches that have already signed up to attend these games, I think as many as 75. We have the international media coming down in full force as well.
B3A's President Mike Sands also indicating that the upcoming trials will be a prelude to what's to come.
On the 17th, that team would be announced, and the council members of the B3As is also planning to have some activities, including a pep rally, and a float parade is being looked into as well to announce the team to Team Bahamas and to introduce that team to Team Bahamas. And so it's going to be an exciting weekend of activities.
23 days to the start of the BTC Carifta Track and Field Championship. If you're not excited as yet, it's time to get on board. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
All right, thanks a lot, Charles. Well, Minister responsible for regattas, the Honorable V. Alfred Gray, says he will do all in his power to ensure that the Bahamas government continues to support sloop sailing in the country. And while it might not be feasible at this time to increase funding, it's the minister's belief that in the future, his government should be in a better position to do so.
We have a very difficult time at this moment to mobilize financial resources because most of what we do now have to be prioritized. Notwithstanding that, though, the government has not reduced dramatically the contribution which it makes to regattas. All of the regattas which were on the books last year, 2 years ago, they're still on the books today, and the government has budgeted something like what they used to, and hopefully in this coming budget we could find a way to improve it.
And as you know, the budget debate going on right now, so hopefully that's one of the issues discussed, and hopefully the regattas will get more money as they, they deserve.
They're an important but fun event
exactly.
at the same time.
A press conference was held this afternoon to announce plans for what is expected to be a highly entertaining exhibition soccer match between the Tottenham Hotspurs of the English Premier League and the Reggae Boys from Jamaica. This clash will take place at the new Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium on May 23rd, and principals from both sides are excited to be a part of this historic event.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Bahamas Football Association, the National Sports Authority, the Ministry of Sports, the Ministry of Tourism, the Government of the Bahamas and the Jamaican Football Federation for giving Tottenham Hotspur the chance to be the first Premier League club to play in the Bahamas. The fact that this will form part of the island's 40th anniversary of independence celebrations and also be one of the first major events at this wonderful new stadium will really add to a sense of the occasion.
When I was asked to have the Reggae Boys engage Tottenham, I thought about it for a little, but believe me, the decision was very, very easy. And I say, Anton, that it is indeed an honor and my pleasure on behalf of the Jamaica Football Federation to commit the JFF to playing against Tottenham, which certainly is going to be a great matchup.
Now, Minister of Tourism, the Honourable Obi Wilshcombe, and Sports Minister Dr. Daniel Johnson were both on hand, extending greetings on behalf of the Bahamian government.
It's going to be one of the most activity-filled months that we've ever had in the Ministry of Tourism. In fact, we know that the LPGA is coming here in May, and we also know that we're having this wonderful game. There's another major announcement that's coming next week, and so we're going to have a May that we haven't had in a long period of time.
This marks the beginning of a new era, and for us in the Bahamas, we're very privileged to have this opportunity. When things come together, the windows of heaven open and the blessings start to flow.
Now, this may only be a friendly match, but its effects will be far-reaching, says President of the Bahamas Football Association, Anton Seeley.
This historic event and match affords the BFA an unprecedented opportunity to not only showcase a wonderful new facility, but also allows the many kids that participate in our growing youth football leagues to witness a world-class match between two superior quality teams. Some of the stars that they dream about and pretend to be each Saturday morning will be right here for them to see and touch and obtain a few autographs.
Well, the New Providence Women's Basketball Association continuing with its best of three semifinals last night at the Donald Davis Gym. In the opening game, the Johnson Truckers were on the brink of elimination, and they got off to a good start against the Bomber G Operators. The Truckers led by as much as 7 points in the first quarter. However, midway through the second period, the Operators were able to erase that deficit, and they took a 5-point lead. The Operators, they led by 1 at the break, and from there, it was back and forth through the end of the third quarter, at which time the Truckers held a slim 2-point advantage. From there, though, it would be all Operators. The Operators outscored the Truckers 24-3 in the final period, and they picked up a 90-81 victory to complete the sweep. Melisha Peterson, she led 4 Operators in double figures with 23 points. Krishanda Ramingfall with 18. Suzette McKenzie added 16, while Ashley Moss finished up with 16. The Truckers got a game-high 27 from Chantel Roll. Latoya Roll and Ann Bullard had 17 apiece. Janice Williams followed with 11.
Tonight was a hard-fought game. You know, Price was got his team ready to come out and play game 2. But, you know, we worked on some stuff yesterday, and the girls came out here and executed according to plan, and I'm very proud of them, and we just got to get ready for the next round.
We come out in the first part of the game, we played an excellent half and the treat up to the third quarter. But same like down the stretch, we made turnover, and when we turn over the ball, we just stop and watch everybody. You know, but it was a good effort this year, but we just need to rebuild so we can have more support, you know, on the team.
Now, in the feature game last night, the Super Value Cyborg Queens didn't want to suffer the same fate as the Truckers, and they hung around with the defending champion Career Builders Cheetahs for the better part of the first half. However, the Cheetahs would end the second quarter on a 13-4 run, and from there, they never looked back. The Cheetahs complete the sweep of the Queens, winning game 2 77-69. Felicia Kelly once again leading the way in the win, 22 points and 11 rebounds. Linda Pierre followed with 17 points. Anastasia Moultrie joined Kelly with a double-double. She tallied 14 points and 17 boards. Elise Dean, meantime, chipping in with 12 points for the Queens. Tracy Lewis, a game-high 27. Tennille Poitier, she added 23, while Kristen Seymour followed with 11. The championship series between the Operators and Cheetahs will start on Saturday night. Well, the 4th Annual Caribbean Law Enforcement Basketball Championships set to take place later on this month at the Kendall Isaacs Gym. Our Julian Gibson recently spoke with organizer Paul Smith to get an update.
Organizer Paul Smith says that the Law Enforcement Basketball Classic is in dire need of some financial help.
We have been caught up in a situation now where the economy itself is not really doing well. And to pull a basketball tournament off like this, you're looking like some $30,000. We are about $15,000 in the rest going into this tournament. The general public came out and as much as they possibly can, they help us as much as they could. When we look at where the source of funds will come from, we would send out about over 1,000 letters. And nothing against the church, nothing against the number. We sent it all out to the churches. Every last church had a invitation in terms of a donation letter. To this date, I think out of every church in Nassau, we had one church respond.
And for Paul Smith, putting the Classic on is all about helping some children who fall below the poverty line.
I came from Baintown, Chippenham, Farrington Road, whatever you want to call it. And I could remember days going to school, Julian, without $1 in my pocket, or not even 25 cents. I know what it is to sit in school, not to have lunch, not to be, whenever there's a trip, not to have the discretionary dollar to go. I know that sometimes people judge you by how you dress and how you look. And so I had a mommy who always used to believe in keeping clean. And if she buy one shirt and one pants, I had to have that to last for a whole semester. And so you had to take it off in the evening when you come home. You had to get water, wash it, make sure it ironed for the next day. When you look at that years ago, I don't want to see students today going through that if I can make it different.
Reporting for ZNS Total Sports, I am Julian Gibson.
All right, thanks a lot, Julian. And finally in this segment, Pastor Carlos Reed is already gearing up to put on the 2013 Peace on the Street Basketball Classic this summer, and he thinks this one is going to be the best yet.
We become the lead basketball tournament, not just here in the Bahamas, but in the Caribbean. We already have teams calling us from Florida, that Atlanta, they're coming in this year. I believe that we got some other persons, some people from the AN1 that they want to come down. So we in the drawing room right now, and we looking for some big things.
And that will do it for sports, but don't go anywhere. There's more to come after the break.
This is ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.